Welcome back to Front Page. And as well, we all have felt it. Bengaluru is cracking under its own weight. Potholes, overflowing drains, garbage piles, and traffic that actually turns a 10-kilometer commute into a 2-hour endurance test. The city's population is projected to well touch 1.47 crores by 2031. Its civic infrastructure is aging, and its planning frameworks are nowhere near future ready. But something interesting is happening. Entrepreneurs are no longer just complaining, they're stepping in. When business leaders step up, this is what happens. It started with Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, chairperson of Biocon, offering to fund road repairs in parts of the city. As per media reports, which basically missed to fact check. And of course, we did our fact checking, and this is what we came down to. Former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram called it, well, a great offer, but pointed out something sharper. The problem is not money, the problem is execution. He proposed a new governance model: keep public funds and tendering intact, let a contractor execute the work, put the project under the supervision of a willing industrialist, well, like maybe somebody like a Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, make them accountable for quality, timelines, and cost overruns. A bold idea that actually blends public infrastructure with private execution discipline. However, Kiran quickly set the record straight on X, saying she never made such an offer and calling out media misreporting. This is what she said. The media have fabricated this news. I have never offered to repair the roads as is being suggested. No fact checking question mark. Really sad to see this and people like you being made to comment. Well, end quote. But even as she clarified, the idea has definitely gained momentum. Chidambaram's proposal of industry supervised civic projects is being hailed as a practical starting point to fix Bengaluru's crumbling infrastructure. This may not have actually started with Kiran, but it could be the beginning of something bigger. Kiran has not committed anything yet, but the urgency to fix Bengaluru's traffic has inspired other entrepreneurs. Prashant Pitti, co-founder of EaseMyTrip, was stuck in bumper to bumper traffic one Saturday night. This was about 11 kilometers in over 2 hours. Frustration turned into action. He pledged 1 crore rupees of his own money to fix the city's worst choke points using AI, satellite imagery, and Google Maps data. His plan was this: hire ML engineers, buy Google Maps API and satellite access, build an AI powered model to map every choke point in real time, flag exact timings and traffic patterns, make the entire solution open source so other cities can, use it. But there's a catch. It needs full cooperation from the Bengaluru Traffic Police and BBMP. No matter how smart the tech, without governance support, the system stalls. This is what makes Bengaluru's moment very unique. Entrepreneurs are not just talking, they're actually investing. And this brings us to, while entrepreneurs are pushing for bold infrastructure and tech solutions, Bengaluru citizens are quietly rewriting the playbook on the ground. Take the Walkaluru movement, for instance, led by folks like, Arun Pai and others. A once garbage-ridden urinated on stretch near Majestic and Racecourse Road that has actually been transformed into a clean, walkable zone. And congratulations on that initiative. Led by the civic group, the Ugly Indian, in partnership with BBMP marshals, Pora Kamikas, volunteers, and the Mahadevapura Task Force. The initiative turned dirty footpaths into pedestrian-friendly spaces. A viral moment captured GBA Chief Commissioner M. Maheshwar Rao wearing gloves and cleaning alongside citizens, a rare sight in Indian cities. This model is spreading, thankfully. Kasanabahalli Road, a notorious stretch on Sarjapur Road, is now being converted into a safe, walkable corridor. Dividers, high-rise pedestrian crossings, CCTV, waste management, and last-mile connectivity are all part of the plan. 100 plus local volunteers show up on weekends to keep the momentum going. Again, a big congratulations to you, and forever onwards and upwards. Getting back, this isn't just about mega budgets. It's actually about micro governance, collaboration, and ownership. The kind of civic leadership that actually complements entrepreneurial vision. And what does that mean? Bengaluru is adding nearly 2 lakh people every year. Its share of Karnataka's population will rise from 18.2% to 20.7% by 2031. Yet, town planning is outdated. Peri-urban belts are growing faster than the city can actually map, and infrastructure execution falls between overlapping jurisdictions. This is why execution models matter as much as funding. And of course, entrepreneurs like Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw and Prashant Pitti, we're hoping Kiran can always jump back and contribute, but then again, that's her call, represent something Bengaluru desperately needs. Not just capital, but credibility. They bring this: execution discipline over political inertia, speed and efficiency, public accountability, because their reputation is actually on the line, and the ability to rally ecosystems around solutions. This is why Bengaluru doesn't just need more money, it needs more entrepreneurs willing to lead civic change. And Kiran's criticism of Bengaluru's poor infrastructure initially, triggered a political spat. Deputy CM D.K. Shivakumar even said, if she wants to build the roads, let her. Well, that clearly is not happening after her latest comment on X. Days later, they met, shook hands, and agreed to work together. A rare sign of collaborative governance. Well, that brings us to our final understanding of that conversation with Krishna. Bangalore is actually not short of money. You're all aware of that. It's short of accountability. And sometimes it takes entrepreneurs, not politicians, to break the gridlock. The future of India's most important tech city won't be shaped by complaints. It will be shaped by collaboration, innovation, and civic leadership. And maybe, just maybe, it starts with, a Prashant Pitti or any of the entrepreneurs who have put in so much of effort to make themselves into global icons. And of course, what we need to do is we need to follow those, come together cohesively, and make sure that Bangalore is thriving. We take a small little break on front page. When we are back, we'll be back with lots more.